The result is a much smoother solo since it's only concerned with finding phrases in C rather than phrases that specifically consider the C, B flat, F, G progression. Then here at bar 9, it knows that it now has to find phrases in the key of E. And at bar 15, it's back to soloing in the key of C. And now at bar 21, even though we haven't entered a key change, the chord was E flat 5, so it knows to solo over E flat. And then back to C. There's also another way to use real tracks, and that is the new right-click menus on the individual instruments. If you right-click on a BB instrument, a new menu comes up which allows you to override the MIDI on that track with the RealTracks instrument, or override an embedded RealTracks instrument in the style with a different instrument. We'll do that here with the soloist. As you can see, this style has the wild soloist embedded in it, but as you can see in the list, there are several variations of the same soloist. We're going to show you this variation, the wild crescendo soloist. With this soloist, it restricts itself to simpler phrases near the beginning of the solo, but then in the last half of the solo it starts to play faster runs and wilder passages, much the same way that a real soloist will often build a solo. If I right-click on the track, I can select Regenerate Real Tracks, which means that the program will only generate that track and will simply replay the rest of the tracks without taking the extra time to regenerate them. Let's skip ahead to the second chorus. You can hear that the solo is still fairly tame here, but at about 2/3 of the way through the entire song, the soloist starts to play faster, effectively building the solo. Let's check out a few more RealTracks demos. This time we'll look in the Styles with RealTracks category, which means that all styles will have RealTracks in them, but some may combine those with MIDI instruments. Here's a great train beat groove with some chicken pickin' rhythm guitar and soloist. Here's a medium country swing with acoustic guitar and pedal steel. Now let's try making a brand new song from scratch without even thinking of a specific RealTracks style, and we'll see if we can then find a good RealTracks style to go along with it. Say, for example, you've got a song in your head that's about this speed. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, the first thing you could do is enter that tempo by just counting, and then either clicking here or by tapping the minus key. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see that the tempo is then automatically entered, in this case 92 beats per minute. I'll right-click to enter the chord builder. I'll enter the first chord as C major, and then I'll press the arrow key to skip ahead to bar 2. You can test out as many different combinations of roots and chords here until you find one that you think is right for your song. We'll pick E flat. Then F, then G. We'll use the same trick with the K to copy. I'll just enter a few more chords quickly to flesh it out. And to demonstrate that RealTracks now works with shots, I'll add a shot at bar 16 by typing G ... And now we'll try and find a RealTracks style that might work with this song. I'll open the style picker, and we'll try and find a style that's somewhat close in tempo to our 92 beats per minute. As you click on the styles, you can view their memos. Here's one whose ideal tempo is 85 beats per minute. And you can see from the memo that it's a modern country ballad with finger-picking guitar. We can listen to our song with this style by simply pressing the preview button. And you can hear that even though the ideal tempo is 85, it still sounds great at 92 beats per minute. And as you're listening, you can look for other possible styles as well. This one looks like it has 3 RealTracks styles: resonator guitar, bass, and acoustic guitar. So let's check that one out. And that's a great one for our song. And you can hear how all of the RealTracks pay attention to the shot at bar 16. And of course, all of the instruments come to a unified close. Let's have a look again at the RealTracks assignment dialog. We've seen how you can assign RealTracks instruments to any BB instrument, but let's have a closer look at what else you can do in the RealTracks dialog. If you've assigned RealTracks to a style that has no RealTracks embedded, you can save the style using this button, and any volume levels you've set for your current song will also be embedded in the style. You can sort the RealTracks using any of these columns, which makes it particularly easy to find the style that's perfect for your song. Since our current song is 90 beats per minute, let's sort by tempo. These instruments are all close to our current song, and we can use the preview button that allows you to sample the specific RealTracks styles, either solo or in a band context. Let's check out the guitar slide background blues even 85 style. Here it is solo. And here it is in a band context. So we can add this RealTracks style to our new song. I'll press Regenerate RealTracks, which will leave the other instruments intact, and we'll start the song.